No matter what kind of vehicle you might have, regular maintenance is imperative to keeping your vehicle running and safe on the road. There are a few tips that you need to know for your everyday driving or before you make that next trip. When you first inspect your vehicle, you want to approach the vehicle from the front and do a walk around to make sure that everything is intact. Your bumper's not falling off and you have no huge dents that you weren't aware of after you parked your vehicle. Alright, so first when you do your walk around, you want to check all your tires. You want to check your tread depth. You want to check even wear on the tires. You want to check your wheel or rim. You want to make sure you have a valve stem cap. Your tread depth can generally be checked by taking a penny, inserting it upside down into the treads, and if the top of the head is not visible, you have good tread depth. After you inspect your wheel, continue around the vehicle to the other three wheels. Now that you've checked your wheels, you'll want to check your belts, your hoses, and your fluids. Those are located underneath the hood. You want to make sure when you check your oil that you have a paper towel or a rag so you don't get dirty. This is called a dipstick, and this is how you check your oil level. There's a line here that will say add and full. You always want to make sure that you're even with full, because overfilling can harm a vehicle as well as underfilling it. When you're checking your oil, you want to make sure that your engine is cool. Make sure you wipe the dipstick the first time, reinsert it all the way flush, just like you would if you reinstalled it. Pull it back out, and now you have an accurate level of your oil. Reinsert dipstick and make sure it's all the way flush and then in the hole. To check transmission fluid, you want to make sure the vehicle is warm, and you proceed with the same steps as checking your oil. Oil is normally yellow, and your transmission fluid is normally an orange top for the dipstick. You do the same. You wipe this down, reinsert it all the way down to the tube, pull it back out, and check your level. This will also say full or add if you need to add. Now that you've checked your oil and your transmission fluid, you'll definitely want to check the wear on your belts. If you've heard any squealing when you're driving your car, it's a good sign that your belts are either loose, too tight, or worn out. You want to check your belts for any cracks, stretching, any tears, and any type of noticeable wear. Normally to do this, you would probably want to put on some gloves. It's not a requirement, but just as a safety measure, you could definitely wear gloves. You want to make sure that your tension is good. You don't want too much play in your belt, but you want to be able to move it back and forth, maybe a quarter of an inch. Now that you've checked your belts, your fluids, and your tires, you want to be sure to check your hoses. Your hoses are your automobile's main line to keeping it cool. You'll start from one side of the motor, work your way over, and then down. So here we come from the radiator. We just want to look at the hose, make sure you don't see any leaks, any pools up underneath the hoses where maybe there's been coolant leaking out or that matter. You'll just follow your hose with your hands and just check for any noticeable wear or damage. You also have hoses on the other side that you'll want to check. They're also for your power steering, and you'll just check those the same as well. These are important factors of everyday driving. You definitely want to be safe on the road for yourself as well as others.